This is why I love doing what I do. I was recommended this band from a fan, so thank you for introducing me. I just love being introduced to new and upcoming bands, so let's dive into this newcomer. Koyo! I think that's how you pronounce it. Koyo? Anyway, Koyo's debut album, self-titled album of Koyo. So they are a new progressive rock, or at least they've been given the name progressive rock outfit. They formed in 2015, and this September they released their debut album, self-titled work. And what we have on this is a very modern take on progressive rock, and we've seen this before in bands like Jolly, within bands like Perfect Beings, and by kind of blending and creating this whole new type of music, it's really hard to kind of pin down, and so I guess that's why they were given the label of progressive rock. What I like is their use of harmonizations and the use of really blending the music all in one. Because this is their first album, you can tell that they're still kind of stretching their legs and getting used to one another, even though they've been playing for quite a while. And that's kind of felt on this. Like, it's a very green album, but that kind of works to its charm. Overall, I didn't really feel all that connected with this album. I feel like they still have quite a ways to grow and really find themselves. They're definitely trying a whole lot of different things on here, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I feel like the works outweigh the misses on here. For example, the second track of Jettisoned, I think that's how you pronounce it. I really like that kind of poppy sound within the guitar, and poppy not in terms of popular, but poppy as in like pop, like it's very almost like playing the bass with the thumb type of thing. Like it's very oomph, like it's got a lot of inflection, a lot of emphasis on that, and I thought that was a really great playing style that I hadn't really heard all that well before. And it provides a much more optimistic sound, which I feel for the longest time, at least for the past like 2 or 3 decades, we need that really positive and optimistic sound. I feel like they really didn't get going until about the third track with The Beauty and Loneliness. Like, this song starts off very somber and very melodramatic. It builds upon itself, and it builds, and it creates such a great kind of atmosphere within it. And then when we get into that kind of climax, that plateau that we've reached, I love that complex playing style that we have near that midpoint of the song. And here we still feel that emotion, right? Like, even though the first 2 tracks were pretty optimistic, here's where we're feeling a lot more of that somber and a little bit of that depression that we have. And the lamenting that we hear from the lead singer, it really is heartfelt, and it's really felt on that piece. I'm going to skip over just a couple of tracks and talk about The Ray of Sunshine. This guy, I really dig. Like, it's got such a great mood to it. Like, it feels almost like a King Crimson Discipline type of a song, like something off of that, at least within the groove. And that's where I'm saying, like, this band has really captured something within that groove. And I really hope that they kind of develop that a little bit further. Again, I'm going to jump a couple of tracks and talk about my favorite piece on this album. The, why do you do this to me? Tetrahedrat? The 9th track, part 1 and 2. Can't pronounce these guys. It does a great play out. Like, the presentation on this is so grooving, and it's definitely a darker piece. I know at the beginning I said that they present their music in a very optimistic term, but by this point they've left that behind, which is a little bit of a shame. I was really hoping that they would have developed a little bit more of a ray of sunshine, as we say, but by this point it's a lot darker, and it's got that atmosphere, and I love the groove, and I love this playing style. And so the first half of the song, I guess part 1, really hunkers, and it provides a really great piece. And then from there, it's built up within the second part, and it's that play out that I just can't get enough of, and it provides a great, just floating away kind of a moment. then closing us all off, we have the final track of Release, and this is probably the strongest track. Like, this is the most realized track out of them all. It provides a great play out. It's probably the heaviest that we've heard up until this point. As I said, it's probably the strongest track. It's not necessarily my favorite, but it is a highlight, and definitely, as I said, probably the strongest track. So overall, this album is a great time. They definitely have some room to grow, and I'm excited to see their new turnouts. Overall, though, it still left me wanting more, so it's for that reason I'm going to say stream this album. So that's it from me. What did you guys think of Koyo? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know of your own thoughts by commenting down below. Are you as excited as I am to hear more from this band? Because I know I definitely am. So that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are definitely the best. And until next time, notes out.